I'm Josh Douglas, SCHEELS Pro Angler. Fishing was just always something that I really loved. Growing up in Minnesota, it was walleye and northern and muskie, anything that had teeth. I come from a divorced family, and that worked out great for me because I had a lot of uncles and grandpas and two dads that were all very much into the outdoors. And it was my uncle actually that kind of got into bass fishing. And when I caught my first bass, it was a smallmouth bass in northern Minnesota. And it changed me. I mean, that one fish, that one day on the water completely changed what my life is moving forward. And ever since then, my only goal in life is to be a professional bass angler. Tournament fishing, I've had some awesome tournaments. You know, I caught a 9-something a couple years ago in Chickamauga. That was a great tournament. And then of course, just my first tournament win was on the St. Croix River and the Mississippi River. It was my first real bass tournament, a Bassmaster Weekend Series tournament, and I won it. And the satisfaction that I got out of that day, again, something that just changed my life and it kind of molded me to who I am today. By far my favorite thing is the hunt of fishing. I love to find them. That's what does it for me. Catching them, that's obviously the fun part and stuff like that, but hunting them down and figuring it out, it changes every single day, and to stay on top of that. And you know, like a fox has to hunt all the time and has to use his instincts to be able to do that, and a fisherman's no different. It isn't just luck. It's go out there and try to figure out what they're doing, pattern those fish, and to me that's the biggest excitement. And then of course the fight is probably what it's all about. Life on the road has its ups and its downs. I don't get to work a 9 to 5. I don't get to leave my job with me. It's in my head constantly. I'm always thinking about it. But to be able to be in that element all the time makes me a better fisherman. Makes me think more like what the fish are doing. Once we got to the point in the sponsorships where Bree was able to leave her corporate job and come with me, and Lutzen come with me on the road, you know, we got into a Lance camper. It was no more jockeying around at hotels and all that kind of stuff. I almost was done with the sport because I couldn't be away from family for a month and a half at a time. It's really the toughest part of what we do, is just being gone for so long. Now to have them with me, to be able to have home-cooked meals every time I get back to the camper after a long day on the water, it made fishing fun again. SCHEELS to me growing up was always a name that I knew, being from Minnesota. To be able to align myself with a company out of the Midwest, that's just such a big deal. The quality that you get from the staff there, and seeing the same faces every time you walk into the store is just, I think, just something awesome that you just really don't see anymore. When I was coming up, I'm a sponge for information. I still am. I'm trying to constantly learn. When you go to SCHEELS, you're talking to educated employees that have been there a long time, that the company themselves takes that extra step to make sure that their staff is knowledgeable, and you really get the inside information, the kind of stuff that actually helps. And it can be simple stuff, from a knot to when to use braided line to fluorocarbon line and all that. And that's what you're gonna get when you go into a SCHEELS store. And that's what it's all about, you know, to get that straight answer, to know what you're buying, and to get that and be able to take it to the water and apply it, and then to see it pay off. That's awesome. Being from the Midwest and SCHEELS being from the Midwest, we have just a lot in common with each other, and it made sense, and it was a company that I'm very proud to just have on the side of my boat and on my jersey every day doing what I do.